Have you ever stopped to think about how imperfections can become stepping stones to success? The story of Moses is a fascinating example of this dynamic. Imagine a man who, despite facing speech difficulties, was chosen to lead his people on an epic journey. This prompts us to question, is true strength found in perfection, or in embracing and using our weaknesses to our advantage? This counterintuitive belief could change the way you see challenges in your life. Throughout this video, we'll not only explore Moses' journey, but also how each of us can transform vulnerabilities into strengths. Get ready to discover how to connect with your essence and use that as a tool for life-changing growth. Moses is a central figure in various biblical narratives, and his struggle with speech is an intriguing part of his story. The idea that he might have been a stutterer makes us reflect on human fragility in the face of great challenges. Imagine being in Moses' shoes, facing not only the monumental task of freeing his people, but also grappling with the insecurity of public speaking. Many people experience this during high-pressure situations, like giving a presentation or leading a meeting, when their voice seems to falter. It's a reminder that even great leaders have vulnerabilities. These passages in Exodus highlight how Moses expressed his lack of eloquence and confidence. He saw himself as slow of speech, questioning his leadership ability. However, analyzing the context reveals that his objections weren't just about speech, but also about his fear of rejection. This feeling is common when we hesitate to step forward. What can be done in such situations? A tip is to practice self-confidence through preparation. For instance, rehearsing in front of a mirror before a presentation can be helpful. God's response to Moses is deeply encouraging. He assures Moses that he will empower him, showing that our weaknesses can become the stage for divine action. When faced with communication difficulties or other obstacles, it's crucial to remember we're not alone. Instead of letting fear paralyze us, we can seek ways to grow through these experiences. The depiction of Moses and his speech challenges invites diverse interpretations, making us reflect on the complexity of the human condition. Some scholars suggest that Moses being slow of speech implies he might have been a stutterer, resonating with those who face communication struggles. Picture a student preparing for an oral exam, so nervous that their words come out tangled. This struggle is a reality for many, and acknowledging it can be the first step toward overcoming such barriers. On the other hand, some argue that Moses' self-description shouldn't be taken literally. They see his words as a metaphor for a lack of eloquence, reflecting the fear he felt after years of exile in the desert. This is akin to how people might feel after a long period of social isolation. For instance, when someone returns to socializing after isolation, anxiety may emerge, but gradual practice can rebuild confidence. Reflecting on Moses' insecurities, we realize that courageously facing fears and taking small steps toward growth are universal challenges. The beauty of these differing interpretations lies in their ability to teach empathy. Recognizing that everyone has struggles invites us to be more understanding and supportive of others. How about engaging in activities that promote active listening and emotional support? Joining support groups or attending communication skills workshops can foster deeper connections and transform vulnerabilities into strengths. After all, we can all learn from one another, creating a supportive network that lifts us up. Moses' story isn't limited to his speech difficulties. It teaches us about God's extraordinary ability to use our weaknesses to fulfill greater purposes. When Moses doubted his leadership ability, God's powerful affirmation reminded him that true capability comes from above. This is a lesson for us all. Even in our most vulnerable moments, we can find strength. For example, consider someone feeling insecure in a new job role. With the right support and determination, they can not only learn but excel in their position. Moreover, Moses' journey is a call to action. When he felt inadequate, he initially didn't see how his story could inspire others. Each of us has experiences that, when shared, can impact others' lives. A practical approach might be journaling, or even starting a blog about your challenges. This not only helps process experiences, but also serves as a beacon for those in similar situations. Vulnerability often marks the first step toward growth. God's response to Moses also reminds us of the importance of resilience. When faced with difficulties, rather than succumbing, we can choose to learn and grow. Taking personal development courses or joining mentorship groups can be effective ways to empower oneself and turn weaknesses into strengths. Just as Moses learned to trust in his divine mission, we can all discover new horizons by embracing our vulnerabilities. Now that you've explored Moses' fascinating story and how his weaknesses were turned into strengths, it's time to reflect on your own journey. What challenges have you faced that seem too big to overcome? How can you transform those insecurities into growth opportunities? Change begins when we decide to act. Don't hesitate to explore courses or groups that can help you develop skills, or even share your experiences with others to inspire and connect. Remember, vulnerability is not a weakness, but an opportunity to be authentic and connect genuinely with those around you. If you enjoyed what you've learned and want to continue this growth journey, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. Let's explore together how to turn difficulties into triumphs. What are the next steps you're ready to take?